Okay, so we found here two more reeds that are way sharp. So what we did last time is we went above, found the reed, and we tried to push it forward as much as we could, let's see, to make up for that sharp note. But in this case, the note is not going to come in tune just by pushing the reed forward. So what we have to do now is we have to remove the reed and we're going to add solder to it. But noticing underneath this reed here on the harp, there's oxidation and some rust. I don't know if you can see that right here. So it's always a good idea for proper sustain and tone of a reed is to keep those two plates as clean as possible. The bottom of a reed, and this one is rusty, and the top plate of the harp, because that connection needs to be dust-free, oxidation-free, and rust-free, so it has a smooth connection. So what you do is you take a little emery paper, very fine grit emery paper, and you want to clean that out. So that it shines. Or at least is free from any foreign material. Again with the reed also. You can move it, put it here, and just scratch that rust right off, and it comes out nice and polished and clean with a smooth, like glass-like surface. This will improve the sustain and tone of a note. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add solder to this reed because it's too sharp. And moving the reed forward will not bring the pitch up. So what you want to do is you want to have your soldering iron. I'm going to put the reed right here for right now. So this is. You want to tin your soldering iron just a little bit. If you don't have much experience with a soldering iron, always start with small increments, because a hot soldering iron with too much lead on the tip will just completely melt the whole pyramid. What you want to do is you just want to tack that on there. Did you see that? You just want to tack it on. You don't want to leave the soldering iron on too long because it will melt the whole tip of lead off. And if that happens, you basically have to rebuild the tip, and if you're not experienced, it can be a nightmare. So we put a little solder on there. We added some. Let's see how far that has taken us towards the proper pitch. Okay, again, when you change a reed, let me show you. I'm changing out a reed. This is how I do it. I take it like this. I hold it in my hand. I'll go up top and I'll create a bridge with my fingers to open up the proper opening. I'll take this in. I'll plant it right on there, and I'll start turning it. I'll grab it with my right hand, and with my left hand I'll hold the reed in place in between the pickup. Again, just centering it perfectly between the pickups. Find the reed, turn it on. I'm actually pretty good. It's just a little sharp still. So let's see if there's any possible way I can push that forward and make up for that pitch difference. have to add a little bit more solder. So again, I go up top, create a bridge with my finger. With my pointer finger, I'll rest it on top of the reed, secure it, and then I'll kind of push down with my finger so as to create tension between the screw and the reed so it doesn't fall out. And I'll grab it and I pull it out. I put it back down on the plate, grab my soldering iron, again, just a dab, because I don't want to bring too much pitch to it. Okay. And always wait till your solder, your reed has cooled off, because a hot leaded tip will affect the pitch and not give you a correct reading. So again, I put it back on, one hand, go up top, hold the dampers open so I have a clear palette, bear it straight down, secure the reed with my pointer finger, screw down, tighten it, double check the reed before you turn it on. Okay, now it's a little flat, but that's good because I have the reed pretty much pushed all the way forward. So to bring that pitch back up, I can bring the reed back a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll turn it off, loosen it, and I'll just slide that reed back around the screw just a little bit to raise that pitch. Tighten it up, check it. It went too far, but that's okay. We're still in tolerance here. Now I'm going to push it forward again because it went sharp. Wiggle that forward, tighten it up, check it. Ooh. It's going a little bit flat, but I can torque this a little tighter to pick up that drop in pitch. There we go. And that's one. I think there's another one now. Yep, the A is sharp too. That A is really sharp. I suspect there's not going to be enough room to push that forward and pick up enough pitch. So we're going to have to take the reed out and add some solder. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go up top. I'll make a bridge again. Push down with my finger so the reed doesn't fall in, and with my thumb I'll pick it up so I have it. These reeds fall into the mechanics of the keyboard all the time, and that's why in the tools section when I showed you which tools you're going to need, it's good to have a magnet on an extractable like antenna. This way, all you have to do is take your magnet and shove it in there and it picks the reed right up. It's a lifesaver. Again, on this one we found we have some rust and some oxidation going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that again. Okay, now the reed also. This reed is pretty rusty. This must have spent a lot of summers at the beach. Okay, yeah, there we go. You can do both sides actually. And we'll bring this back down to our palette. What we want to do is we just want to add some solder, a nice small tip. I'm going to go for one more little one. Maybe save us the trip two times. Okay, again, you want to keep that solder as neat as possible on that tip. And if you find that it's jagged, take your file and it'll just make it a little neater. Okay. Place the screw in the hole. Take your nut driver. Hold it like that. Lift up your dampers. Straight on. Guide it with your finger. Again, you want to maintain a pyramid shape with your solder so it doesn't become... Alright, we're good. We're a little flat. That's where you want to be. So we're going to pull that back a little bit. Too far, it's slightly sharp. Tighten that up. One more time, just a hair. If you don't know, is when you hear no beats, when there's no oscillation beating. Check your fifth. That's pretty good. So that's a situation when you have a reed that's too sharp and you can't fix the problem by pushing the reed forward. Add a little solder. The main point is to not over solder. Keep as little amount of solder on your hot iron as possible and slowly build your pyramid in the correct fashion, as opposed to loading up the tip of your soldering iron with a blob of solder, putting it on top of the end of the reed and having the whole thing melt down. That's not the way you want to do it. Just slow increments at first if you're not used to it, and soon enough you'll be really good and accomplished Wurlitzer tuner. Now the next thing we'll do is find one that's too sharp and we'll file it back to pitch.